Hello everyone, I'm Crick Coder and in this video I will be doing a review of match 63 between CSK and SRH. The last time these two teams met, SRH won the match by defending 194 runs in Hyderabad. This was a very important match for both the teams for securing their qualification chances. This match was played at the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk in Chennai. CSK won the toss and decided to bat first and scored 180 runs in the first innings. SRH then chased down the target in 19 overs. Ishan Kishan was the player of the match for his knock of 70 from 47 deliveries. With this win, both SRH and GT have qualified for the playoffs and now only one playoff spot is remaining. So now let's go to the playing 11 for this match. For CSK, there was one change with Akil Hussain coming in for Gurjapneet Singh. So Mukesh Chaudhary was the impact player and he came in for Karthik Sharma. For SRH, there were no changes and Travis Head was the impact player and he came in for Saqib Hussain. Now let's go to the overs for the match. So SRH started their bowling innings with Nitish Kumar Reddy bowling the first over. He bowled a no ball on the first ball and on the free hit Sanju Samson hit a 6 and on the next ball he hit a 4. Then he finished the over with a 4 and the over went for 17 runs. Then in the next over there was a review from SRH for a caught behind but the review was unsuccessful. Then on the next three deliveries Sanju Samson hit 3 fours to get 13 runs in the Hinge over. Then Pat Cummins came into the attack and he got the wicket of Sanju Samson on the third ball. Sanju reviewed the out decision but there was a clear edge on Ultra Edge and CSK lost their review. Then on the last two balls of that over, Urvil Patel hit two sixes to get 13 runs in the over. Then Ishan Malinga came into the attack and he bowled a very good over giving just 3 singles. Then in the next over again there was a review for a wide by SRH and SRH lost both their reviews with this unsuccessful one. Then Saqib got the wicket of Urvil in that same over and on the last ball Karthik Sharma hit a 4 to get 6 runs in that over. Then in the last over of the power play, Ishan again bowled an excellent over giving just 5 runs. CSK were 57 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of the power play. Then Shivang came into the attack and he also went for just 6 singles. Then in the next over, Praful Hinge was hit for 2 fours and a 6 by Karthik Sharma in the first 3 balls and on the last ball of that over, there was a run out chance as Ruturaj Gaikwad played the ball towards the leg side and was going for the single, but Hinge was quick to go for the ball and picked up the ball and threw the ball at the stumps and Gaikwad would have been run out if the ball had hit the stumps. So this over went for 16 runs and then Shivang Kumar continued his spell in the next over and Karthik Sharma hit a 6 to get 10 runs in that over. Again, there was a run out chance in this over on the third ball as Karthik Sharma was out of the crease but the bowler was not able to collect the throw from Saqib from short fine leg, otherwise the batter was short of his crease. Then Pat Cummins caught the wicket of Karthik Sharma in the next over and the over went for just 2 runs. CSK were 91 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of the 10 overs. Then Saqib Hussain was hit for a 6 by Deval Brevis to get 8 runs in that over. Then Pat Cummins continued his spell with the wicket of Ruturaj Gaikwad and the over went for just 1 run. The next over was also a good one from SRH with Shivang going for just 4 runs. Then Nitish Kumar Reddy came into the attack and he was hammered for 18 runs with Shivam Dubey hitting a 4 and Deval Brevis hitting a 4 and a 6. Then Ishan Malinga was brought into the attack and he was hit for a 6 by Shivam Dubey to get 10 runs in the over. Then Pat Cummins came in to bowl his last over of his spell and he was hit for a 6 and 4 by Deval Brevis to get 12 runs in the over. Then in the next over, Shivam Dubey hit a 4 to Saqib Hussain to get 7 runs in the over. Then Brevis also hit a 6 in the next over to Ishan Malinga, but he got out on the 5th ball of that over and the over went for just 8 runs. Then in the next over, Shivam Dubey hit a 4 to Saqib Hussain, but he got out on the 3rd ball of that over. Then Prashant Veer hit a 4 on the 5th ball of that over to get 13 runs. Then Praful Hinge bowled a good last over, giving away just 8 runs, taking the wicket of Prashant Veer after being hit for a boundary. Now going into the second innings. So Mukesh Chaudhary started the innings for CSK with the ball and he was hit for 2 fours in the first over by Abhishek Sharma. Then Spencer Johnson bowled a decent over giving just 1 boundary to Travis Head and the over went for just 5 runs. Then Mukesh Chaudhary got the wicket of Travis Head in the next over and then Spencer Johnson was hit for 3 boundaries by Ishan Kishan in the 4th over. The Mukesh Chaudhary was hit for a 4 by Abhishek Sharma to get 7 runs in the over and the last over of the power play also went for 7 runs with Anshul Kamboj being hit for a 6 by Ishan Kishan. SRH finished the power play on 45 for the loss of 1 wicket. Then Noor Ahmed came into the attack and he was hit for a 6 by Abhishek Sharma to get 8 runs in that over. Then Akil Hossain got the wicket of Abhishek Sharma and the over went for just 4 runs. Then Noor Ahmed continued his spell and Klassen hit him a 4 to score 7 runs in that over. Then in the next over, Henry Klassen hit a 4 and a 6 to Akil Hossain to get 11 runs in his over. SRH were 75 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 10 overs and they needed another 106 runs in the last 10 overs. Then in the next over, there was a catch drop of Henry Klassen on the first ball of that over by Spencer Johnson at fine leg as the ball popped out of his hands as the elbow hit the ground. Then Klassen hit a 6 and a 4 in that over to get 14 runs in that over. In the next over, Spencer Johnson was hit for a 4 and the over went for 9 runs. With 83 runs needed in the last 8 overs, Anshul Kamboj was hit for a 6 and 4 by Ishan Kishan to get 16 runs in that over. Then Shivam Dubey was brought into the attack and he was hit for 2 fours by Henry Klassen to get 12 runs in the over. With SRH needing 55 runs in the last 6 overs, Noor Ahmed got the important wicket of Henry Klassen after being hit for a 4. Then Nitish Kumar Reddy came to the middle and he also hit a 4 to get 11 runs in that over. SRH now needed 44 runs in the last 5 overs and Akil Hossain bowled an excellent over going for just 6 runs. In the next over, Noor Ahmed made an excellent effort to save 5 runs as he caught the ball on the boundary and threw it inside as he was going out of the boundary. Then Ishan Kishan hit a 4 in that over to get 10 runs in that over. SRH now needed 28 runs from the last 3 overs and Mukesh Chaudhary got the wicket of Nitish Kumar Reddy in that over. The over was going well, but no, in the last 2 balls, Ishan Kishan hit a 4 and a 6 to get 15 runs in the over. Now the equation changed to 13 runs needed from the last 2 overs and Anshul Kamboj was hit for a 6 on the first ball by Salil Arora of the 19th over. He got the wicket of Ishan Kishan on the third ball, but Ravichandran Smaran finished the chase with a 4 on the last ball of that over. Now going to the scorecard. So in the first inning, Sanju Samson 27 from 13, Ruturaj Gaikwad 15 from 21, Urvil Patel 13 from 8, Karthik Sharma 32 from 19, Dewal Brevis 44 from 27, Shivam Dubey 26 from 23, Prashant Veer 11 from 9, and Akil Hossain not out on 3 from 1. Then in the bowling card, Nitish Kumar Reddy 2 overs, none for 35, Praful Hinge 3 overs, 1 for 37, Pat Cummins 4 overs, 3 for 28, Ishan Malinga 4 overs, 1 for 26, Saqib Hussain 4 overs, 2 for 34, and Shivang Kumar 3 overs, none for 20. CSK made 180 for 7 in their 20 overs with a run rate of 9 and there were 9 extras which included 8 wides and 1 no ball. Now going to the second innings, Abhishek Sharma 26 from 21, Travis Head 6 from 6, Ishan Kishan the player of the match 70 from 47, Henry Klassen 47 from 26, Nitish Kumar Reddy 11 from 7, Salil Arora not out on 10 from 5, Ravichandran Smaran not out on 5 from 2. In the bowling card, Mukesh Chaudhary 4 overs, 2 for 36, Spencer Johnson 3 overs, none for 26, Anshul Kamboj 4 overs, 1 for 46, Noor Ahmed 4 overs, 1 for 40, Akil Hossain 3 overs, 1 for 21, and Shivam Dubey 1 over, none for 12. SRH finished with a total of 181 for 5 in 19 overs with a run rate of 9.53. There were 6 extras in the innings, all of which were wides. Now going to the fall of wickets. So for CSK, Sanju Samson got out to Pat Cummins, nicking behind to Ishan Kishan in the third over. Then Urvil Patel was bowled by an excellent slower delivery from Saqib Hussain. Then Karthik Sharma got out to Cummins with Nitish Kumar Reddy taking the catch in the 10th over. Ruturaj Gaikwad got out to Pat Cummins with Ishan Malinga taking the catch. And Dewal Brevis was bowled by Ishan Malinga in the 18th over. Shivam Dubey was also bowled by Saqib Hussain in the 19th over. And Prashant Veer was caught and bowled by Praful Hinge in the last ball of that innings. Then for SRH, Travis Head was caught and bowled by Mukesh Chaudhary in the third over. Abhishek Sharma lost his wicket to Akil Hossain with Spencer Johnson taking the catch on the boundary. Henry Klassen was stumped by Sanju Samson of Noor Ahmed in the 15th over. Nitish Kumar Reddy got out to Mukesh Chaudhary with Urvil Patel taking the catch. And Ishan Kishan got out to Anshul Kamboj in the 18th over with Urvil Patel again taking the catch. Now going to the top partnerships of the match. So for CSK, the highest partnership was of 59 from 38 between Brevis and Shivam Dubey. Dubey scored 22 from 20, Brevis scored 35 from 18. Then the next highest partnership was of 42 from 31 between Karthik and Ruturaj. And the opening partnership was of 31 from 16 between Ruturaj and Sanju Samson. For SRH, the highest partnership was of 75 from 41 between Ishan Kishan and Henry Klassen. Klassen scored 47 from 26 and Ishan Kishan scored 26 from 15. Then the next highest partnership was of 38 from 31 between Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan. Now going to the graphs for the match. So in the worm graph, you can see the CSK worm was above the SRH worm in the first 12 overs. And you can see, CSK had lost around 3 wickets in that period and SRH had lost 2 wickets. But at the 12-over mark, SRH worm crossed the CSK worm and CSK worm came down a bit at that stage. And then SRH worm remained on top of CSK worm and they finished the chase in the 19th over. Now going to the run rate graph. So in the run rate graph, you can see that CSK started very well in the first 3 overs. Their run rate was around 14.33, and then their run rate came down to around 9 at the end of the 7 overs, and then they kind of lost wickets, and the run rate still came down to around 8 in the 13th over. As the SRH bowlers were bowling slower deliveries and making it difficult for the CSK batters. So then after that, the run rate kind of finished at around 9 in the 20th over. SRH, on the other hand, no, they didn't have a very good start. Their run rate was hovering around 7.75 mark in the 4th over, and it remained around that mark only till the 8th over when Abhishek Sharma got out. But when Klassen came into the middle, they started scoring the runs, and their run rate increased to around 9 at the end of 15th over. Then they maintained their run rate and chased down the target in the 19th over. Now looking at the Manhattan graph. So first we'll look at the CSK Manhattan. So CSK had 3 big overs to start, all of them going for about 10 with 17, 13 and 13. And after the first 3 overs, the next 4 overs, they didn't score that many runs. Then the next over, the 8th one, went for 16 runs, and they had one more a big over of the 14th over, which went for 18. And in the end, they scored good runs. They had a good overs, which went for about 10 runs per over. They had only 3 overs at the last 4, which went below 10. But in the last 7 overs, 4 of the overs went for about 10 on such a slow and difficult pitch. They had some very poor overs which didn't go for much runs. The 3 overs you can see here, the 10th over which went for 2 runs, then 12th over which went for 1 run, and the 13th over which went for 4 runs. These were very low overs, and also in those overs they lost 2 wickets. Now we'll look at the SRH Manhattan. So SRH didn't have a very good start like they used to have in the power play. They had one big over of 12 in the power play, and the first over was of 10. But other than that, in the first 9 overs, only these 2 overs crossed that 10 run per over mark, and all the other overs were below the 10 run per over mark. But after the 9th over, they had good overs, most of which overs were above the 10 runs per over mark, and they chased down the total with ease in the 19th over. Now let's look at both the buildings side by side. So in this you can see the CSK start was very good. They had a good start in the power play, and at the end of the power play, CSK were 57 for 2, whereas SRH were way behind on 45 for 1. Then SRH kind of upped their scoring rate in the middle overs from the 10 over mark. They kind of started scoring good runs and had those big overs, whereas at that same period CSK didn't have those big overs and they didn't score that many runs. So now going to the summary of the match, CSK chose to bat first, and I think they got a decent total on the board as it was a difficult pitch and the slower balls were gripping and were difficult to hit. I think Ruturaj could have played a bit better as he was not able to hit a single boundary in 21 balls and scored at a strike rate of less than 100, which is not acceptable on any pitch. They could have scored some more runs in the middle overs to get to a winning total of around 200. Then, while defending the target, they started well in the power play and put pressure on the SRH batters. And there was a chance to get the wicket of Klassen, but the catch was dropped. And after that, the game got away from CSK as Klassen and Kishan formed a match-winning partnership. With this loss, CSK will now have to win the remaining match and depend on other results for qualifying to the playoffs. SRH, on the other hand, bowled pretty well in the first innings, and after the first 3 overs, they understood the wicket and started bowling slower deliveries. The slower balls were difficult to hit, and they used it well to restrict the CSK total. Then, while chasing, they were under some pressure after losing both the openers, but then the partnership from Klassen and Ishan Kishan put them in a very good position to chase down the target. SRH played well on this wicket as it was a slow wicket and the ball was gripping in surface and slower balls were not easy to hit. With this win, both SRH and GT have qualified for the playoffs. Now let's look at the points table. So SRH are on third position with 8 wins from 13 matches with 16 points and net run rate of 0.350. And CSK are on sixth position with 6 wins from 13 matches with 12 points and net run rate of minus 0.016. You can see that SRH has got the Q next to them and GT have also got the Q after SRH won this match. Now going to the graphs. So after winning this match, SRH has moved to 16 points along with GT and CSK are still on 12 points along with RR and DC. Now going to the position graph. So after winning this match, SRH have remained on third position, whereas CSK has moved from fifth position to sixth position after losing this match, and RR has gone from sixth to fifth position. Now going to the playoff chance graph. So after winning this match, both SRH and GT have qualified for the playoffs, and CSK chances have decreased from 33% to around 6% after losing this match. Their chances have gone below KKR and DC after they lost this match. So now let's go to the top two chances. So SRH chances have increased from 30% to around 53%, and CSK chances have gone down to 0. With this win for SRH, now only 4 teams have no chance to finish in the top 2. The 3 teams which have already qualified, RCB, GT and SRH, and RR, which still have not yet qualified, but they have only 2.8% chance of finishing in the top 2. All other teams have no chance of finishing in the top 2. So that's it in this video, and let me know your thoughts about this video in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.